Hey friends, it is Natalie and it is time for my September TBR game. If you watched my TBR game last month for August, I will definitely be showing those books towards the end to let you know how I did. I think I did okay. And yes, my board is a little bit crooked because my easel is, well, it's horrible. It's horrible. So I apologize for it being kind of crooked. If you are new to this game, basically I pull out two Skittles. The first one I move this, and the second one I move this, and it leads me to a prompt in which I pick a book. I wish I had come up with this idea, but no, luckily Danny from Current Chapter is letting me use her TBR game. So I pick 8 books. That way if there's a book I don't like or whatever, I have a little leeway on what I can read. So without further ado, let's start picking out Skittles. All right, let's see, what do we got for the first one? Okay, we're starting with orange. And the next Skittle is yellow. All right, what prompt does that lead me to? All right. 5-word title. Now, I messed this up before. I got this prompt before, and I think I picked a book with either, I think it was 6 words. I can't remember. I know I messed it up. Let's not mess it up this time. All right, I'm going to go with The Woods Are Always Watching. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I think I counted correctly. This is Stephanie Perkins' latest book. In fact, it was a pre-order that I just got in yesterday, and it's actually quite a short book. She wrote the book, There's Someone in Your House, and I really enjoyed it. So this time we have 2 high school friends who are kind of reuniting after college, and they go, I guess, for a hike in the woods, maybe to go camping, and there's something horrifying. Now, what that horrifying thing is, I don't know. They don't even really explain it in the synopsis, but I'm really excited, and I guess we're going to find out quick, being that it's a short book. And we have to replace the prompt. All right, I'm going to replace it with animal on the cover. Oh, I forgot to mention for the new people, this color line you see down there, if I get 2 of the same color Skittle, then it's going to lead me to one of my bookshelves. Like I have a blue bookshelf, I have a yellow bookshelf, and so forth. That's what that is all about. All right, let's pick again. What are we gonna get this time? Let's see. Oh, starting with orange again. Okay, keep that right where it is. And I've got, you gotta be kidding, I've got yellow again. Well, that didn't stay there very long, did it? All right. Animal on the cover it is. All right, I'm having a really hard choosing between 2 books. I have She Who Became the Sun, which has a very large dragon. I never said it had to be a real animal. And this, and The Last Magician, which has like this snake emblem, which is close enough for me. I don't know. You know what? I just got this in the last couple of months. This has been sitting on my bookshelf for years. I think I better read this one first. So from what I understand, this is historical fiction and magic, and I love it when we mix historical fiction and magic, and I definitely like it when you throw some mystery in there, which I believe this book has all 3 of those. And I know the main character is named Esta, and she's in New York, I think maybe like the turn of the century, and magic is almost extinct, and she's gonna have to do some magic time traveling, I think, to find some kind of item or something that's going to help bring magic back. I believe this is a trilogy, and I hear people just go on and on. I've had it on so many TBRs, and I'm determined to read it this month. All right, we're going to replace the prompt again. Hopefully I get different Skittles, you know, just so we have a little variety in this game. All right, I'm going to replace it with old TBR just because there are just way too many books on these shelves that have been here for way too long and really need to be read. All right, let's pick book number 3. Please don't be orange. Yay! Green. Thank goodness. And orange. Orange might be my version of Current Chapter's blue, and if you watch Current Chapter, you'd know what I was talking about. And the prompt would be, what would it be? It would be interesting. Gold on spine, just because I have so many books with gold on the spine. I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to include this book this month. I'm going to be reading The Witch Haven on the spine. It is written in gold. I just got this yesterday as well. So this is another book where we have magic and historical fiction mixed up, and this takes place in New York in, I believe, 1911, and it's about a woman. It's about a woman who works as a seamstress, and one night there's a man who attacks her, and I guess somehow she ends up defeating him with like scissors in his neck, which gross, but she ends up defeating him, and she doesn't know how or why. And then these weird nurses show up and say she's deathly ill and take her away, I guess before she can be prosecuted. And it turns out she's going to some kind of a magical school. Magical schools. Can't get enough of them, right? All right, and we have to replace the prompt. And I'm going to go with repeat author. Put it right there. All right, and what are we picking? Oh, book number 4. And we've got green. So that can stay right there. And we've got, purple, my favorite. And the prompt that we're going to have is, a book that's scary. I love scary books. Okay, pretty sure this would fall under scary since the title is The Dead and the Dark. Wow. So from what I read of the synopsis, there are these ghost hunter TV stars that have come to this town. There are these teenagers who are disappearing, and some of them have turned up where they've died. And we also have like weird weather changes happening in this town. But the main character is actually the daughter of one of these TV ghost hunters. And the synopsis says pretty much as soon as she comes to this town, I believe with her father, she realizes something's wrong with the town. So I think it's going to turn out that the town is a little bit messed up and it's not these ghost hunters. They just happen to come upon a town that has something paranormal or gloomy or scary going on. So excited for this pick. What book are we on? I'm lost. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're looking for book number 5. Got to replace the prompt. And I'm going to replace it with BOTM, standing for Book of the Month. I have so many books of the month that I need to read. Okay. I want some different colors. Come on. Who am I picking this time? Okay, it worked. Blue. That's for you, Danny. Blue's for Danny. Okay, and what's next? All right, and green. Okay, and our prompt is CONT with a period. I actually had to look at that for a minute and go, what does that mean? Continue? What the heck does that even mean? What did I mean when I wrote this? And I went, oh, I'm pretty sure it meant like contemporary, and I just didn't want to write the whole thing out. I'm looking outside, and it looks like the sky just opened up, and it's crazy outside. Yikes. Anyway, let's focus on the game. Natalie, focus. I told you I have ADD. Focus. Contemporary. Let's see what we can find. Okay, guys, this was very hard for me because as I was looking around this bookshelf, I realized I don't really have a whole bunch of contemporary books because contemporary is definitely one of my least favorite genres. Let me explain. I've read some amazing contemporary books, but I do have severe ADD, so I sometimes need some suspense or some magic to keep me interested. Even though there are some great authors that do contemporary well, this is a book that was, I believe, Jenna Bush Hager's book club picked at some point this year, and I just haven't gotten a chance to read it yet. It's supposed to be about the enduring bonds of friendship and marriage. And according to the synopsis, it does have a little bit of a mystery in it. Not enough to be, called a mystery, but it has a little bit of a mystery in it. And the main character is Flora. Is it just me, or is this like getting more and more crooked? Ugh. Anyway, the main character is named Flora. She's been married for 20 years, and I guess 5 years before that, her husband had told her that he'd lost his wedding ring. Right? Not a big deal. Until she stumbles upon an envelope, I guess somewhere in their house, it doesn't really say, where it's very obvious that he took his wedding ring off and put it in this envelope. That's weird. Now, I don't know if I said before, but this couple has been married for over 20 years, and I think the backdrop is kind of like an acting, like they own a small theater company. Her best friend is it actually says a bona fide TV actress. And so I guess it's going to be something about trying to figure out what happened 5 years ago, but it's, like I said, not so much a mystery because it's going to really focus on her relationship with her husband and her relationship with her best friend. And I'm really hoping the book isn't going where like you would think it would go. It's probably going through your mind. I'm hoping that's not it because, that's kind of a really old trope. But, Jenna Bush Hager, I think she does really well at picking books. I have enjoyed so many books that she's picked for her book club. So I'm going to be hopeful that this is going to be good. All right, and let's replace the prompt on this very crooked board. So we're going to put sci-fi back on the board, and we're going to pick our 6th book. All right. What are we going to pick? We're going to pick purple, always good for me. And purple! Exciting. which leads me to picking something off of my purple shelf. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Fire with Fire. Yes, it's got a lot of other colors besides purple, but purple is its most dominant color. And I do want to show this off a little bit just because I think that this cover is gorgeous. It's got the sprayed edges, and then without the cover, that's what it looks like. Without the cover, really, really pretty. And we've got a reversible book cover. Oh, I like that picture. That was so cool. Okay, I'm sorry, that's my son. He's singing. But this book is being called The Dragon Slaying Urban Fantasy Sister Story I Didn't Know I Needed. So basically, both of these sisters are dragon slayers, and one of them is actually going to, I guess, develop a relationship with a dragon. I don't mean like a romantic relationship, but, you know, enough that, you know, enough that she doesn't want to slay the dragon, I'm assuming. And yeah, it sounds really good. I love urban fantasies. The dragon sister thing sounds cool. I'll let you know. All right, just 2 more to go. And we're going to pick purple again. No complaints for me. And green. All right, this is one of the newer prompts that I've created. Sprayed edges, because I happen to have so many books with sprayed edges, obviously. Ugh, but which one do I want to pick? Yikes. Thank goodness for editing, because that took me, I think, like 10 minutes to pick. That was so hard. So I've decided to go with The Shadow in the Glass. This, I think, was the last LitJoy book I received, and it's got these dark green sprayed edges. It also has this beautiful, look at the inside with these. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got like the, not ruby slippers. Is it ruby slippers? I'm thinking more Cinderella, I'm not sure. And it also has a reversible cover. Gorgeous. So this sounds like a fairy tale reimagining or retelling, because it kind of sounds like Cinderella. We have some girl who's working as a lowly maid, but it's for her stepfather. And then one night at midnight, a fairy godmother appears. Okay, so that's very Cinderella, but the fairy godmother gives her a bunch of wishes. I think it's 7? Yeah, she gets 7 wishes. Now, you might be thinking, Natalie, that's not Cinderella. That's this fairy tale, because I know I'm not familiar with all the fairy tales. So if this sounds like another fairy tale, please let me know in the comments what retelling this is. Or if you do know a lot about fairy tales and you're thinking, no, it sounds like they're kind of mashing some different fairy tales together, because I think that's what's happening, but I could totally be wrong. So yes, The Shadow in the Glass, and it says, dare to make a wish. And if you haven't learned anything from the movies or books about how making wishes can sometimes go bad, I'm sure it might go bad, at least maybe at first, but hopefully we'll have a good ending. Happy ending. All right, we're gonna replace the prompt and pick the last book. All right, I'm gonna put middle grade back on there. I know last time I picked middle grade, and then I found out the middle grade I picked wasn't technically a middle grade. We'll get to that in a minute. Thought I'd lost my Skittles. Okay. We have purple again. My lucky, lucky day. And we have orange. Okay, so that leads to the prompt sequel. All right, what sequel? I think I have quite a few to choose from. Oh, perfect. I found the perfect one. Good Girl, Bad Blood. This is the sequel to what? Oh, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I enjoyed. And I'm pretty sure Danny from Current Chapter just read this and it was in a wrap-up. I think. Somebody recently read this and said this was good. And there's going to be a 3rd book coming out, so it is going to be a trilogy. So I can't tell you a whole bunch because it's a sequel, but the story, the trilogy in general, the main character is Pip. She starts her own true crime podcast, and she's investigating a crime that actually happened in her town, I believe involving students from her high school, and she ends up unraveling a lot. And I guess, I don't know what's going to happen with this one. I think it's just she stumbles across another mystery or murder or something that she's going to help solve. But it sounds good. I heard it's good. I'm hoping it's good. All right, so that is 8 books, and let me really quick show you them again. Our first pick was The Woods Are Always Watching, The Last Magician, The Witch Haven, The Dead and the Dark, Good Company, Fire with Fire, The Shadow in the Glass, and Good Girl, Bad Blood. Now, I am also going to be participating in the Diversathon, which is the year-long readathon. I believe I talked about it in my January video, but I don't think I mentioned it in my last video, which I'm kicking myself for. But it is a year-long readathon by Bookies, which I'll leave the information. It's being hosted this month by the Book Circus, or is it A Book Circus? I just remember Book Circus, but she is hosting it this month, and the prompt for this month is to pick a book that's set in Jamaica. So I have not decided what I'm going to read yet. If you know a good book set in Jamaica, please let me know. And please go check out that video from Book Circus so you can participate in this amazing readathon. So, how did I do last month? Let's take a look. All right, these were the books that were picked in the August Skittle TBR game. So let me tell you which ones I read and which ones I kind of didn't read. All right, first let me just tell you the two that I just did not get to at all. And that is, unfortunately, I didn't get to The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, so I'm gonna have to put that back on my bookshelf. And I also didn't get to Wonder Woman, and I really, really wanted to get into Wonder Woman, and it just didn't happen. We ran out of time. All right, the first book I did read was Tuesday Mooney Talks to Ghosts. I think I said that some booktuber said this was like Ready Player One, but better. And now I don't remember who said that because I didn't think this was anything like Ready Player One. But I did think it was a really good book. The only thing that was similar to Ready Player One is that a billionaire passes away and he kind of leaves behind a game. But this book is actually a lot more about the characters, and it's very character driven, which usually I don't like. But this author, Kate Raculi, I can't say it. She just was a brilliant writer, and she made me care about these characters, and I didn't mind that this was character driven. So I've definitely put her other books on my wish list and highly recommend, especially if you like character driven books, or if you don't, because I don't and I like this. Then I read Small Favors by Erin A. Craig, who also wrote House of Salt and Sorrows, and I really enjoyed this book. My only complaint would be it kind of, I don't know, I thought they could have made it a little bit shorter. There was a while in the middle where I kind of just felt like it's like a little bit Groundhog's Day, but you know, it eventually does pick back up, and I realized that might just be my ADD. You could read the book and not know what I'm talking about. So that was the only kind of complaint, but overall I thought it was a really great book, and really the story matches the cover so well. Like the kind of story you're thinking that this book would be is exactly what it is. I also read Mother May I by Jocelyn Jackson. Oh, this is so good. Jocelyn Jackson is an amazing writer, and she's just now getting into mystery thrillers, but she has other books that aren't mystery thrillers that are still definitely worth your time. In fact, she's one of the authors that can write contemporary, and I just love it. So this book definitely kept me guessing, lots of twists and turns. I realize I haven't been giving these stars. I would give this 4 stars. I would give Small Favors 4 stars. But Tuesday Mooney, I'm giving that one 5 stars. I also read The Lost Apothecary. Well read, I'm almost done with it. This is one of those where it has dual timelines, and I'm probably like 70% through with it. I'm hoping to finish it, you know, in the next couple of days. And this was everything that I wanted it to be. So many people were loving this book, and I love it. I love dual timelines, and it's a fascinating story, and it's very unique. All right, and then I have a soft DNF. I consider a soft DNF meaning I stopped in the middle of it, but I'm definitely going back. For some reason, I just wasn't completely in the mood for it, but what I read, it was good. I just know I need to be in the right mood for it. I also got called out because this is not a middle grade book, even though I used the middle grade prompt. I guess just look at the cover. That just to me looked so middle grade, but the fact that the main character was 40, you know, kind of should have clued me in, but it didn't. Now the other one that I DNF'd, I might need to go back to. I think I might have just been reading way too many books, because not only did I read those books I've showed you, I was reading, I think I read 2 or 3 books that just, I was mood reading. Like, I read a lot this month. And I think this one just kind of got lost in the shuffle. It's a mystery thriller, and I really, gosh guys, I think I'm maybe 20% into it. So I probably will go back to this. I think, like I said, lost in the shuffle kind of a book. So thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping, I keep saying this, that I'm going to film my Reese Witherspoon book club video, and hoping that's really soon. I also want to do a book haul just because I've gotten so many books that I'd like to share with you. So something I'm going to start, I think, filming maybe twice a month. We shall see. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.